Hello everyone. My name is Wilson, and I'm the senior data analyst at Megaputer. Today's topic is what if functionality in PolyAnalyst. It is a powerful tool for the real-time scenario simulation and analysis. Within the what if functionality, users can dynamically modify report data, instantly updating the graphs, tables, and the analysis results. What is what if feature is for the interactive analysis, which means users can directly modify values in the report data to dynamically adjust the key values in the backend workflow. And the newly calculated and updated results will show in the reports immediately. And by doing so, will enable users to easily evaluate multiple scenarios for data-driven decisions. Okay, so how do we work with the what if features? Users first, they define micro variables within the workflow in the analytical client. And next, they embed these newly defined micro variables in the report so that it will affect the report outcomes when the people change values in the report publication. And after that, they can adjust values directly in the report to affect the backend workflow so that they can check and see the real-time updates without republishing. Next, I will go through a practical example here. So there will be two practical examples. The first one I'm going to show is about the mortgage case across different banks. So let's take a look at this practical example to help you understand how the workflow really works in the report. Okay. And for this report, it explores different the mortgage scenarios by adjusting the down payment and the monthly payment on the upper left corner, as you can see here. You can compare the loan amount and the loan terms across different banks, showing in the line chart below. And we can see there are three different banks represented by three different colors. Of course, the names are anonymized here. And also, you can compare the different scenarios and see how the different bank structures provide loan offers in certain areas, like we can see in the GS map. So the what if feature in this report is embedded in the slider filters located in the top left corner. And adjusting these slider filters will instantly update the dataset within the workflow, reflecting the newly calculated results in both the line chart and the GS map below. So they are all linked together. Now we can adjust the initial down payment value, like from 20,000 maybe to 30,000. Okay. And we just do one more click. And we can see the line chart displaying the loan amount and the loan terms has changed. Additionally, the GIS map displaying the current property offering, this down payment and the mortgage options has also been updated. And you can see there are more options and offers as we increase the down payment, which makes sense. Okay. And let's just put the initial value for the down payment and switch back to the monthly payment. Maybe we can decrease it like a little bit here to observe its impact on the loan amount and the available properties offering. And we can see in the GS map, the options have become less this time. And hovering over the line chart, and we can see that the detailed mortgage information from different loan terms. If we click it, there will be more detailed information showing on the top right corner. So the bank name, the loan rate, and the loan amount, etc. Okay. And also we may notice that change the values in the sliders will update the result immediately, even though we have calculation algorithm behind the reports. So this is a first practical example. We can see how the value features allow us to modify the underlying calculations within the workflow. And we can also see that by using this feature enables the real-time updates to the reports displayed results without the need to republish in the report. That's a big advantage by using the PolyAnalyst. And so we can deal with the numerical numbers by using what-if forms, by using the what-if features. We can also use it by input some text data, and also we can build connections between our input and some more complex text analysis tools, and also even more by using the AI. And for the next practical example, I will introduce you a more advanced practical example by using the what-if. And also you can see some AI analysis results in that example. Okay, so let's switch to the second example here. Okay. And so this is an example like we use AI to quickly do the text analysis for the articles or the article links we input in this text box, and it will generate the summary results on the right-hand side canvas. Okay, so maybe we can just go to the some news and article websites like the ABC News, and we can randomly pick an article here. Probably this one sounds like an interesting one. And can close this one. Here, so here we copy and paste the URL link, okay? And okay, copy it. And we can paste it here. And we click submit. And probably we want to change another one. Sorry. This one, we want to choose one that has enough text records in it, and we need to close this video. Okay, we copy and we paste it here. So we can see the article is about the Fed holds interest rates steady, opting for the patience as Trump's tariffs market. Okay, and we already copy and paste the link here, and we click submit, and we can see their indicators showing their calculations happening at the back end of the workflow. And so this report is designed to help us analyze outcomes of the online news articles. We can also copy and paste the article contents, the text contents here, and it will also work. And you may already guessed that the what-if feature is embedded in this text input box. Okay, and so we can see the report's result has been updated here. And from the lower left corner, this is article breakdown. So this is web scraping, like we extracted all the text content here. And we use the AI to generate the text analysis results based on this extracted text content. We see the summary, we see the impact, we see the important timeline, followed by the sentiment analysis in the pie chart, and the themes distribution, and the keywords. Okay. So this is another example, like by using the what if to deal with the text or the URLs that we input in the what if embedded text input boxes, and by leveraging the AI tools to get some meaningful results. And through these two examples, we get a clear understanding of how the what if features can be used. It can not only by deal with numerical numbers, text records, and it can deal with more complex tools like in the future we can upload files. We can also upload the Word documents or Excel files, and we can just pre-design the workflow to make it real-time analysis. But so one thing we need to remember here is that the data we input into the what if input text box is just temporarily stored in the website. So once we refresh the page or we reopen the page, it will just go back to the original default format. And so this is just one thing that I want to mention about the what if feature. But if you want your data to like permanently stored in somewhere, while at the same time you also want to see the real-time analysis result, there is another feature called the forms feature. It will help you to store your data in a specific location, and you can also just pre-design the workflow to call that data from that stored location and do the further analysis, and also update the results at the same time. But in this demo, I will just show the what if feature because it is speed-wise, it is more fast. It is faster. And if you want to check some more like functionality, how it works by using the forms, like to store the data permanently, we have another video and you can check it on our website. Okay, so next I want to present like two instructional demonstration showing how to quickly create and use a what if feature in a PolyAnalyst. Let's go to the our analytical client. Okay. So in the following demonstrations, I will guide you through like inputting and modifying variables in both the numerical and the text formats within the report. And let's start by first create a new project here. We can call it what if demo. Okay. Let's create a new one. Double click and we go to the project. So this time we want to use the car data. We just drag and drop the CSV node, go to the properties from the example, and we choose car data. Okay. And we can see this is an overview of the data set, but we don't want that many columns. We just want some of it. So we go to the column specification tab, and we want to keep the MPG and remove this other information that we might not need here. Okay. And we probably want this 3 column. The MPG, the origin, and the mode. We click like execute. Okay. We can check the dataset here. So the purpose of this project is that we want to use we want to generate a new column called the new MPG, and we want to use the what if feature by typing in some numerical numbers to change the values in MPG. And so by doing so, we have to first define the what if micro variables. Okay, so we close the data set. So where we should go to create the micro variables that we use for the what if functionality. So we go to the upper left corner and we go to the settings. There is a one called project setting. Okay. And so we go to the SRL PDL variables. There is a little plus sign here. We click it. So this is where we want to add and define the micro variables we're going to use. So first we want to define the first one. We want to call it add. It's very simple. And we can give it the initial value. Okay, give it a 0. And go back to the SRL PDL variables. We want to define new micro variable. Call it multiply. PL1. And we want to give it initial value of 1. So you can clearly see how we can use these two variables by just checking its names. And after that, we click apply. And we need to remember these two variables we just created, just naming wise. And next, we want to call the derive node. Go to the properties and give it, we want to define new name. This time we call it new MPG. And in the expression part, so the value, so the functions to call the variables we just created is the variable function. But we are, yeah. So we want the original MPG multiply the variable called, the variable called multiply. Yeah, here it's already pop out. Okay, and we after multiply this value, we want to add a new value, which is the one we just created called add. Okay, here we want to check its syntax. It's okay, and we click execute. Double click the derive node, we can check the new generated data set. Okay, it's here. You can see the value is exactly the same because it multiply by value 1 and add the value 0. Click it, close it, and we can maybe use a modify column to change the orders of the columns in the dataset. And we click execute. Next, we want to add this modify column to the report. Okay, we can click it. So here it will derive us to the web report editor page. Here is the web report editor page. And the places we want to call the what if parameters is here. If you hover over the mouse here, you can see the pop-out called what if parameters. And this one is the modify columns we just created. Maybe we can go to the what if parameters here. There is a little plus sign here for you to add new parameters. We click it, and so that the drop down, the first one and the second one are the two newly created micro variables we just created. We can click to add and choose its format, which is numerical. Okay. And by use the same way, we choose a multiply, and the column format is numerical as well. Next, we drag and drop it to the canvas. And we want to choose the widget format, which is, we can choose the input field or slider. So for convenience, and I want to use a slider here. Okay. and also the multiply. Choose slider. Make it a bit larger, and go to the imported nodes. We also want to add the dataset here. So here are different options how we can want to use for dataset. So here we choose a data table. Okay. And oh, I forgot. So we have to also add the submit button here. Okay. And the next, so this is all the components we want to use. And after adding all the components, the next part is that we want to link them together. So we want to use add, link the add and multiply to the submit button, and use the submit button to control the data table. Okay. So that we build connections. And there's one more step is that we want to filter data in upstream. So which means we can go back to the analytical client. So we don't want the filter result to apply to this dataset. We want it to apply to its parent dataset, this one, so that the change will apply by leveraging the expressions in derived node and affect the results in modified column. So we want to apply the filter expressions to the upstream dataset, which is the current dataset. Okay. So we click this little icon here, and we enable the current dataset. We click OK. And before we make it publication, I want to do some just beautify the reports a little bit. Okay, we want to give the column, the specific column, some colors to highlight it. Okay, so for the new MPG, maybe I want to give it orange color, and the old one, original one, I want to give it a blue color. Okay, and same thing for submit. I want to give it just a little bit light color here. Okay, and I will just do it quick because it's not the key point in this report, in this demo. Yeah, I think that's probably the everything we need to do. No, the slider. Also, we want to change the values range for the slider. Where we can do that is go to the appearance panels, the second tab. So the range for the slider, we want to give it from 0 to 100. So the initial value is 0 to 1. Okay, we click multiply, and we also want to give it 0 to 100 range. Yes. So that's about it. We can just click publication and go to the publication. Okay, it is loading. Okay, so for right now, like if we want to give it add value like 43 and click submit. We see the values in the new MPG column has been increased because we want to add it to a certain number. And if we want to multiply a different number here, okay, for example, 64, okay, and we can see the values also increased a lot compared with the original one. And so, but as I said before, so the values applied to this new column are just temporarily stored in the dataset. If we just reopen it or we make a refresh for this page, it will just go to the default, which is, as you can see here, all the values are the same. Yes. Just pay attention while you are using it. Okay. So this is an example of how to use the features to adjust the numerical values of the micro variables in the real time. And we can, so in the next case, I will demonstrate how to use a value feature to download the text content from the web page and do some basic text analysis based on the downloaded text. Okay. So first, we had to choose article we're interested. I'm really interested in ABC News. And let's go to the business part. Probably this one. Just long enough. Okay, close this video. We can copy and paste the URL. And we go to our project. Again, if we want to define our macro variables, we go to the settings, project settings. And SIR PDL variables, click the add. This time we want to give it a name called URL. Okay. The initial values we want to put it here is just the ABC News article URL link. Click apply. Okay. So this time we want to use dummy node as our first node in the workflow. It doesn't have any values in it, but that's okay. Next, we want to call the derive node. Okay, and we go to the property. Create a new column called article. Article link. Okay, yeah. So we want to call the micro variable by using the variable function, which is URL. Okay. Want to check expression is okay. We click execute. Next, we want to use our internet source node. Okay. To pass the values in this dataset, as we can see. In this column, article link to the internet source node, we have to use a new node called parameters. So this parameter works in a way that it will pass a parent node, the values in columns from the parent node to its child node. Okay, we go to properties. We select the internet source node. So in the parameters that are required to input in the internet source node, which is a URL, we want to use article link as its information. Click execute. And link the internet source node with a parameter node. We go to the property and we can see this information already stored in its property. We click execute. Okay. And we double click, we can check our internet source node, how it works. And we can see the title has been separated in a separate column, followed by the URL, when the data being downloaded, the language being recognized as English, and the text content, which is here. Okay, so if you want to learn more about our internet source node, you can check our YouTube channels, and we have a newly uploaded video showing all the details you need to know about our internet source node. Let's close this one. So we have our text content, and we want to just do some pretty simple text analysis. We call the keyword extraction. And so the text content is the one I just showed you, includes the article content. We want to use it as a target values. Click execute. Okay. We can double click the keywords extraction, and we can check the results. We can see some of the keywords has been extracted. Not too many, because it's just a simple article. We can generate a new dataset from the keyword extraction node. Okay. Double click, and we want to visualize the keyword extraction result by using the tag cloud. And the tag cloud is within the aggregation chart. We double click the aggregation chart. So the first primary chart, default one is the bar chart. We click and choose tag cloud. We put the keyword in it. And we want to use the frequency as primary y-axis. Okay. So this is our keyword extraction result visualized in the tag cloud. We close this one. Next, we want to build a report based on the results and also using our what if features. So we want to use this dataset added to the report and also the tag cloud added to the report. Okay. We go to the report. It is loading right now, and we are in the report editor page. We want to create a new page and create the layout. Yes. So here we first want to go to the what if parameters and call that newly created column micro variables URL. And this one, we want to use it as a string. Okay, we drag and drop it here to the new page. We want to use it in the form of the input text or the text box. We want to use a text box. Okay, and here we can see this is a text box. Also, don't forget to add the submit button here. Okay. Next, we want to use the tag cloud we just created. Do it probably here on the right-hand side. And also, we want to call the dataset derived from the internet source node. We want to use it as a table. Okay. And again, doing some modification. We want to show the text content is here. Okay. And the tag cloud, we don't want its header name, it's just too big. And also this one. Yeah, that's probably it, I think. Next, we want to link them together, which is we want to link the input to the submit and submit to the tag cloud and the dataset. So again, we want the input to affect the dataset at the very beginning, which is this one, so that it will affect the following results, the following workflow, which means we have to enable the upstream filter. And we want to choose a manual input, which is at the very beginning of the workflow, our dummy node. Click OK. And also this one, a manual input. Okay. We click Publish the reports. And we go to the report publication. Yeah, the first page, and our result is the second page. Okay, so next we want to check how it works. First, we have to choose a article we're interested still from the business area. We can probably, which one? This one? Let's see if it is has long enough text. Okay, yeah, this one sounds good. And we can just copy and paste the URL to here, and we click submit. Okay, so it probably takes like 3 to 5 seconds. It will just generate the result. Okay, and we can see the title here, the article links, and also the content is here. Close this one. All right. I'll also always have the videos pop out for no reason. Yeah, so this is our second example. And let's close this one. So, yeah. So I think based on these two practical use cases demonstrated in the video and the step-by-step tutorials, we can see that the what if feature has a wide range of application. It can be utilized for model parameter adjustments. It also can be used for the real-time analysis and complex interactions as well. For example, it can be seamlessly integrated with various different tools, text nodes, AIs, and machine learning models to enhance the decision making and generate the personalized insights. And the what if features allow us to instantly update report results without republishing and making the real-time analysis effortless. And also with a simple and intuitive interface, you can modify the key variables directly within the report. Plus, it's a reusable workflow, streamline the analysis across different scenarios, easy to adjust, and enhancing the efficiency and the flexibility. Okay, everyone. So thank you for taking the time watching these demonstrations. So if you have any questions, please free to ask, or you can reach us at the information that we provided here.